Maybe inches short of first down yardage as Fant has checked back into the ball game, so that's good news. Last series it was Andrews, and they're going to give a first down on that carry by Pirine.
Last year they had 9 different offensive line combinations. It's hard to get any kind of continuity offensively when you're shuffling the offensive line the way that they did a year ago. And then to start this game, it was the 3rd offensive line combination in 4 games, and it's shuffled a few times tonight.
Hand off to Pirine, a rookie they like, 4th-round pick from Florida, gains 4. Sunday at 9, NFL Game Day morning gets you ready for kickoff with previews of every Week 4 matchup. NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9, live on NFL Network. Our buddy Rich Eisen, Mooch, Irv, the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. Not to say that Irv isn't.
LA.
Second down and 6.
Next one. 180. Enough.
Darnold throws, and this one's broken up. Good coverage on Berrios. Play made by Callahan, who is better in the slot. They lost A.J. Boye to a shoulder injury week 1 against Tennessee, so Callahan
does a great job.
Good play here.
Really good play, and he is best in the slot, and he's one of the guys who Fangio, having had him in Chicago, and then when he became the head coach in Denver, was able to bring him here. He's a good player. He shows it there. I mean, that's just outstanding coverage.
45.
He gets to play back in the slot here across from Crowder.
27's Jack. 180.
Blitz from Denver. Darnold is sacked. Back near the 41 by Josie Jewell. And that'll bring up 4th down as Darnold is dropped.
Well, Kalen Ballage loses him. He's going to come here. Ballage here is the tailback. He's responsible for picking that up. And he kind of gets lost and then sees it a little bit late. But it's a good job. I mentioned it. Fangio is not known for bringing a lot of pressures, but he's ultimately just not going to let a quarterback sit back there in the pocket. He's able to make a big play.
Chubb has his first sack of the year, and now Josie Jewell has his. The punt by Braden Mann. Return from the 15-yard line. Some room now for Spencer. The punter to beat, and the punter brings him down. Braden Mann saved a touchdown, most likely. 42-yard punt, 42-yard return, and a tackle by the rookie punter, Braden Mann. Make those Aggies proud back at Texas A&M. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day.
On to slide 236, which covers our 3rd quarter projection. Line 45, we were at 62.
Prime Day is back on October 13th and 14th. Save big on things for you, for each other, and everything you need to start your holiday shopping early. Prime Day, October 13th and 14th.
The pan, the myth, the legend, the comfort food that started it all.
Hey, Jake from State Farm, man. Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance.
Here's the deal. There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rate.
Look, I know you don't offer it to just anyone, okay?
We do offer it to anyone. Literally anyone.
Our little secret.
Oh. Yeah. Oops. I can help with that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
We are a team. We are a unit. We are a family. No, literally, we are a suburban family of football fans. That's our neighbor. Hi, Bob. And that's the inflatable screen we forgot to properly secure.
Pepsi, made for football. Watch it.
Go to NFLShop.com and gear up.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum. They ruled that officially a 41-yard return by Spencer, which means that punt netted 1 yard. But because of the tackle by the punter, Braden Mann, it's still an 8-point game.
That was a great tackle by Braden Mann. He was able to navigate a blocker and make the play.
Here's Gordon, lowers his shoulder and gets a couple. Kalen Ballage had a chance to make the play after taking it down the boundary. He came in on Spencer and just missed him. And then at the end, here's Mann getting around, I guess that's a block, and making the tackle on Spencer to save a touchdown.
Yeah, he sure did. And then Joseph Jones with the Broncos, he went over and told him what a great tackle it was.
Here's Gordon making moves, fooling no one. Neville Hewitt has been busy, no gain. 3rd and long coming up. And to the 4th we go. Here's that congratulations from Joseph Jones. 8-point ball game. Thursday Night Football presented by Bud Light Platinum. Back after this.
Matt, I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up. Hey, Bill.
Hang on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies.
USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike. When they're growing family but growing expenses, our agents help make saving on insurance easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
Experian Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you?
Whoa! 46 points! I just boosted 15 points with Experian Boost. This is incredible.
I'm so excited that Experian Boost helped me get a higher credit score so that I can buy a nicer car soon.
My new higher credit score is really going to help me get serious about saving.
Experian Boost? It's going to help me save money.
Boost your credit scores instantly. Free. Download the Experian app now.
RX bars are made with core ingredients you can find in your own pantry. This is the blue one, also known as blueberry. RX bar, simple good.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, include Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need and offer it at a price built for everyone. Plus, get 2 Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G phones for $200 when you switch. The network more people rely on gives you more. That's Verizon.
Two-time AFL passing yardage leader Frank Tripucka led the AFL in 60 and 62 as number 18. Was retired by the Denver Broncos in the Ring of Fame and was with the Broncos from 60 to to 63 as this kid's played brilliantly. Brett Rippon from the 43 facing a 3rd down and 9. Pass is juggled, caught. Patrick reached for the 1st down. He comes up short. It's no fumble, but it brings up a decision for Vic Fangio, a gain of 7, and they're going to go ahead and, instead of go for it, bring the field goal unit out. This is well within range for McManus.
Well, we were watching him in warm-ups. He was making them from 60 yards. He would have cleared from 65. I'm not surprised what Greg Williams did there. I expected it. You know, he brought a 6-man rush, brought the pressure, trying to knock them out of field goal range. Instead, they hang in there, they complete the pass to make this an easier attempt. It would have been 61.
Field goal try here is good from 54. And 3 big points put up by Brandon McManus. From Bobin Moyer into the hands of the holder Martin, and then up and through from McManus, who's hit from 40 and now 54.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, that's a huge kick right now in this game to extend this lead to 11 points. I wonder what he might have done had they not have completed the pass. I mean, my guess is that they punt. I'm not sure he's going to attempt a 61-yarder, but boy, watching him warm up. Of course, it wasn't raining then at the time either in warm-ups, but he was nailing them in the same direction as what that kick was.
Good athlete is McManus. Really good golfer.
Wish I was a good golfer.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you are. You are a good golfer.
Was. All right, opening minutes of quarter number 4, an 11-point game. Through the first 3 weeks, the offenses have been tearing things up with the points scored, the total touchdowns, the passing touchdowns. All of those are records through the first 3 weeks.
Pretty crazy watching that game, Kansas City, the other night. What I wouldn't do to sit in on an offensive staff meeting on Monday when they start drawing up the game plan and putting the plays in, and you know, all of the collaboration that must take place. And I mean, it's fun to watch. It's a perfect storm in Kansas City right now with the right trigger man, the right skill players, and the right play caller.
Darnold airs it out for Crowder, and the catch is made right around Kareem Jackson. Crowder welcomed back 36 yards, and that was a tough catch.
It was a tough catch, and it, you know, if Darnold's able to get the ball out there more, Crowder could have just kept running. He had to slow up for it.
Here's Gore as they get up and snap it in a hurry. Make sure there's no extra look at that catch along the sideline.
That's a nice job. I know that Sam Darnold was sure excited to get him back. I mean, you think about it, playing quarterback, you're down your top 3 wide receivers.
Pass is caught. That's Smith for the 1st down. Here's that catch by Crowder around the right arm of Jackson.
That's pretty good. He caught the ball in the arm. He had to. He had to catch the arm to catch the ball. Kareem Jackson, he's sitting there going, how in the...
4-7.
How'd you do that?
Who's going to go?
From the 29. Gore, nice run.
It's amazing, though, Joe, you know, how it works. I mean, you get a big play on a drive, and then you get points. You know, and the Jets just haven't been able to come up with the big plays. I mean, everything, these lateral throws, their short throws, nothing, you know, down the field. They get the big catch by Jamison Crowder, and here they are, if nothing else, in a position to at least turn it back into a 1-possession game. If they settle for 3 and 8 points, they're hoping to cut it down, you know, to 4 or 3.
A blitz from Callahan doesn't get there, and Darnold just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Well, they've done pretty well on third down here tonight. They've converted 50% of their third downs. Well, we've seen Fangio, who's, he's brought some pressure tonight in these situations, and I would expect him to again here.
Extra men on the rush, third down and 4. Darnold falls down. And a tap down sack by Chubb as Darnold tripped himself up.
Yeah, he had opportunity to get rid of the football, and that's the sack you can't take. You just can't take that one. That, you're in a position to come away with points, and he just trying to make something when there really wasn't anything there, and then he loses his footing, and now he makes this a lot harder attempt.
Yeah, it's a 13-yard loss to make it a 54-yard try by Ficken. And Ficken bails him out. He's had a nice night. Good start to the season. 4 for 4 tonight is Ficken. 7 for 7 on the year. Back to an 8-point game.
The all-new 2021 GLA SUV starting at just $36,230. It's the biggest thing that ever happened to small.
He's got the ball, looking downfield. He's going to have to hurdle the tiny trike. Look at him tiptoe free. Oh, what a spin move. This jab will not be denied. It's already meat and veg. Campbell's Chunky Soup that eats like a meal.
We make USAA insurance for veterans like Liz and Mike. When their growing family make growing expenses, our agents help make saving on insurance easy. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for.
Can't wait to tell everyone about AT&T's big 5G news.
AT&T has nationwide 5G?
Yep.
You should consider making a big deal about it.
Bigger deal, bigger than what I'm doing.
It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure.
Matt, I think I got my fantasy nights mixed up. Hey, Bill.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Snickers satisfies.
Miracles. What we deliver by delivering.
NFL Total Access, tonight after the postgame on NFL Network.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum. 8-point game here in New Jersey. 27-19, 11:44 left in the game. Ficken will kick it away with Deontay Spencer waiting deep. To the 25, more from Brett Rippon, and we'll see now, Troy, if the Jets can get some hits, some pressure, a big sack against this young quarterback.
Yeah, they've hit him a few times, but they haven't been able to get him to the ground. No sacks, and he's completed a high percentage of passes, just like Jimmy Garoppolo did 2 weeks ago, just like Phillip Rivers did on Sunday. And, now's the time. Now's the time for this Greg Williams defense to come up and make a stop. Be even better if they can create a takeaway. But they have to be able to make a play, and they've had a hard time coming up with plays when they've needed them.
Noah Fant, we're told, is out for the rest of the night. Low snap. This one's batted in the air, and it falls to the turf. Momentarily in the hands of Fatukasi, as it was tipped by Fatukasi. but just could not secure the catch.
Couldn't tell. That was Cushenberry, 79. He comes in. I mean, that ball's intercepted. And the rookie, he played a little DB at some point during his career to be able to come in there the way that he did. This is great job. That's a really nice job by Cushenberry, keeping that ball from being intercepted.
Blitz coming from the Jets. Gordon trying to get to the edge, and there's nowhere to go. Quinnen Williams will get the tackle, and it brings up 3rd down and long, and we've seen a couple of plays now from this Jets defense.
Yes, we have, and now a big 3rd down for them. I mean, the Broncos, we talked about how good Sam Darnold and the Jets have been converting on 3rd down. I mean, shoot. Here the young quarterback, he's completed 5 of 8 for 3rd down conversions.
He throws and picked. That is Desir. Down the sideline and in for the touchdown. His 2nd of the game, and now you've got Desir making up for that touchdown throw that Judy grabbed over the top. 2 picks, a touchdown, and this is a 2-point game.
I think you can credit Basham for this interception. You know, the way that he's able to come off that edge and get to Rippon. I don't think Rippon had a clean view on this because there just wasn't anything there. I mean, obviously there's 3 helmets, 3 green helmets out there, and just nothing. And really, right from the beginning, I mean, the read would not take him there. And I think Basham getting there and the other pressure that he felt, he just didn't get a good view of it. He's made 2 poor throws, and both of them have resulted in interceptions.
Franklin Myers was in there as well, and that's a 35-yard return for number 35, Pierre Desir, and going for 2 to try and tie it. Their first try of the year. Darnold out to his right, and it is knocked away. Broncos stay on top by 2 as it was tipped by Johnson.
That's a great job by the defense, and I just don't like when you roll out, you take half the field away, and they covered it up well.
The pick 6 by Desir. And then going for 2, trying to tie it. The throw by Darnold, the play by Johnson. Broncos up 2.
The Martins here just realized they outgrew their home, so they used Rocket Mortgage to finance their next one. Need to know if your next home fits your budget and your family? Rocket can.
Local businesses are the heart and soul of our communities. They give thanks. They make a difference. They go the extra mile. They've always been there for us. It's time for us to return the favor, because where you shop matters. Visa, everywhere you want to be.
Prime Day is back. On October 13th and 14th, save big on things for you, for each other, and everything you need to start your holiday shopping early. Prime Day, October 13th and 14th.
Look, sport might not be the answer right now, but it teaches us this, that impossible challenges must be faced and overcome. And the reward is joy. And it will always be that way. And now that sport is back, don't waste these chances. Play with more heart, even more fire, and hope that does not end. Seek out what scares you and let your body do what it loves. Nobody knows what the future holds. Nobody knows what will come our way. So honor every breath and respect every chance. Opportunities will come, and we must be ready.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum. 27-25. Two winless teams. Two teams going at it hard here tonight. And Ficken will kick it back to Deontay Spencer. Started, stopped. The Broncos are wondering why that's not a...
Yeah, everybody's kind of looking at each other like we are.
I don't know why Ficken stopped. And he's the one that started toward it, and then he's going to do it again. So Brett Rippon, who's thrown 2 picks now to Pierre Desir, the last one for the first pick 6 thrown by a Broncos quarterback since week 13 of 2017. 39 games ago, Trevor Siemian, the one that threw that, is back to work, up by 2. You know, it's almost impossible. We talked about Adam Gase, to evaluate Vic Fangio with the injuries that the Broncos have. They're without their starting quarterback. They're without their best defensive player, Von Miller, without their top receiver, and Cortland Sutton. And now without Noah Fant, their big tight end. Here is Gordon, and that play made by McClendon.
Yeah, they're without Philip Lindsay. Pretty dynamic running back for them. And I think both these coaches are pleased with the effort that their teams have shown, not just tonight. They're pleased with what they've done. You know, they'd like to win, of course. That's ultimately what everyone's judged on. But considering all of the injuries, that the guys have come out and they have played hard. Now, for Brett Rippon, you know, you just threw a pick. Now it's a tight ball game. You got now just a 2-point lead. How do you respond to that? And this is how you start judging quarterbacks.
Here's Gordon out of the backfield, left alone. He hurdles as a first down, got knocked down by Desir. A gain of 10.
Yeah, he got up a little slow from that one.
Right into the right leg, the right thigh. As you said, the Broncos are already without Philip Lindsay.
Yeah, when you do that one, you got to make sure you're going to clear the hurdle. You know, and he did that down around the goal line, too. He landed on his head. He got up. He was kind of reaching like he wasn't feeling too good.
Royce Freeman in the ball game. He gets it. And gets a couple. They elevated Levante Bellamy, the Broncos did. A rookie from Western Michigan. He's the only one left outside of Gordon. Lindsay, who is a Denver native, played at Colorado, undrafted running back. He's been nothing but terrific since coming into the league, now in his 3rd year, coming off back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, led the team in rushing last year. He's fun to watch. They miss a lot when he's not on the field.
2nd down and 8. Rippon throws, and he's picked again. That's Poole. Brian Poole. And for all the good that Brett Rippon has put on tape, he's now thrown another interception. Good grab by Brian Poole. And the Jets take over down by 2.
A great future awaits us.
This place is dangerous.
The flight attendant, she knows we want and she's saying. The engineering behind this was just nuts.
What's USAA made for? It's made for this guy, a veteran who honorably served. And it's made for her. She's serving now. We made it for all branches and all ranks, whether they served one tour or made a career of it. We also made USAA for military spouses and their kids. USAA is easy to work with and can save you money on auto, home, and renter's insurance. Become a member today. Get an insurance quote at usaa.com/quote. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
Verizon knows how to build unlimited right. Start with America's most awarded network.
I'm on my phone 24/7.
Then, for the first time ever, include Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus.
We're a big soccer family. Handmaid's Tale. I love Frozen.
Then give families plans to mix and match, so you only pay for what you need and offer it at a price built for everyone. Plus, get 2 Samsung Galaxy S20 FE 5G phones for $200 when you switch. The network more people rely on gives you more. That's Verizon.
Well, the defense now making plays for the Jets. Exactly what they needed here late. They were down by 11. They're down by 2. Starting for the first time, a possession inside Denver territory after that interception by Poole. Darnold throws, sideline passes, juggled and caught by Hogan.
Yeah, well, first of all, Brett Rippon, he looks to the flat. He starts to throw the flat, doesn't like it, and then he comes off of it. Now, Steve McClendon, he drives Glasgow right back into his lap. And when he works back into his second read, he doesn't see the relationship of where Brian Poole is in relation to the receiver, and just a poor decision.
Here's Smith with a first down inside the 30.
But I think that, Joe, he had no time because of the fact that his right guard is driven right back into his lap. And so he's trying to make a throw blind, and you know, that's an assist for Steve McClendon on that interception.
Here is a carry by Gore. Chubb in on the stop, a gain of a couple.
They can tell that the count was at over 7,000 already for the Simon Steelhead.
7.5 to go.
Going up towards the Snake River, the count for Simon and Steelhead.
Second down and 8.
The one thing I have seen from the Jets tonight is at times they'll hurry up, they'll get right up to the line and get the ball snapped. Other times they huddle, and that's part of they're not a great offense. I'm not suggesting that, but that's what good offenses do. They control the tempo.
Here's the tight end, Griffin. As Vic Fangio's defense.
Yeah. The little spots for them. Oh, yeah. It's hard to guess where they're going to be going by. All day. Oh, yeah, they're going to be right there crowded. Get the fuck away from me, So I've went one time a month, and then I tried to go again, but I didn't like that. Too many people, shit. Yeah, I got frustrated.
And he looks to be short by about half a yard.
Yeah. No,
Well, I think you got to go.
no, like that right there in Vantage. I tried going to Vantage last year, and I spent the night there. No, these gabachos, dude, they don't stop for the night. Everywhere, and they just catch one and they just like fillet it right there and throw the rest of the carcass away. And pinche flies flying everywhere.
I'm with you, man.
Un pinche mugrero que hacen ahí.
I would think you'd
Yeah.
But I laugh at that only because, you know, I hear people say a lot, hey, you know, you're 0-8 or you're 0-3 or, you know, you're 1-12 or whatever it is. I mean, you're still just trying to win a football game. You know, no matter what your record is, you're making decisions based on what you think's going to win the football game. But I think what gives them the best chance to win this football game is to go for it here on 4th down, pick it up, take more time off the clock, and hopefully punch it in for a touchdown. But if not, then you take your 3, and if you can't pick up a half a yard, you don't deserve to win anyway.
Well, I mean, but it's a good point because you've got a head coach that's been hearing about job security basically since the second he got here, but certainly this week. And so, you know, if you're staring at 4th down, you got a half yard to go. You bring the field goal unit out, you should make the kick, and you've got a 4th quarter lead, and then you try to defend it. I mean, I think you can defend either way.
Yep.
Gase would go, but I think the first part is Crowder looks to be short of the first down.
What I have learned in all my years of being around the NFL and as a player, that if it works, it was the right call, and if it doesn't work, then it wasn't, right? I mean, that's what'll be written. So if they go for it and don't make it and end up losing the game, it was a terrible call. If they try to kick it and miss the field goal, then they should have gone for it, and all the second guessing that takes place. But that's part of the job.
Still looking at it. Crowder's now looking up at the big screen here in the stadium. And
no, that shit like not me either.
Pretty definitive look.
Yeah, I think so too. It's a great job by Callahan. Making the tackle right after the catch by Crowder.
Yeah.
Here we go.
In and out, yeah, without eating.
Man, this is... I think there's only one game tonight.
Yeah.
After reviewing the play, we're going to place the ball down at the 18.5-yard line and remeasure.
So they're going to move it back, remeasure. He should be short. And then, well, we'll see what Adam Gase wants to do.
Oh, yeah.
Stick is at the 19.
It's nice and smooth.
That's how far short they are. So the move is all yours.
I'm not sure why they had to measure.
Drama.
You know, one of the deals that I used to try to do.
The runner will stop short of the lines of game. It's going to be 4th down.
In a no-huddle situation, when we didn't have timeouts, a ball would be there, and you want, hey, I want to know if it's a first down or not. No clock's running. I said, no, I want a measurement. I got to know if it's a first down or not. And sometimes you can get the official to stop the clock, but on this one, it was pretty obvious he was short.
Well, they're going to ride the leg of Sam Ficken, not go for it. With half a yard to go.
Well, I thought he'd go for it, but it's like you said, it's you could make an argument for both ways.
Yeah.
Career high already, 4 field goals made for Ficken, looking for his 5th.
No, because then you come out
from 36.
Like you didn't go to eat.
And he got it. Jets on top by 1.
Yeah, I'm the same way. It's like the same thing.
With 6.5 to go. It's been a fun start to week 4. And here are some of the spotlight games coming up this weekend. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys at home against Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Early on Fox, Patrick Mahomes. And the Chiefs hosting the Patriots late in the day on CBS. Nick Mullins, it looks like, gets another go. And, man, he had a great game last week. He and the 49ers host the Eagles on Sunday night. And then Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, who are off to a great start, especially offensively at home against Atlanta on Monday night
Yeah,
on ESPN.
the Packers have looked awfully good, and Nick Mullins, we got a chance to see him on his debut on Thursday night, and he put on a show that night, and I know they really like him in the organization. He's got a great command of the offense and does a lot of things that work really well for Kyle Shanahan in that offense, and it was on display the other day, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do this weekend.
Threw for 343 last week. 2-1 49ers against the 0-2-1 Eagles. All right, 1-point game. Jets back on top. They came in having not led at all during any of the first three games, had an early lead. Now they're back on top. Pierre Desir, we've said his name a lot. He got beaten early on the 48-yarder by Jerry Jeudy, but he's made up for that since then. He's hung in there, made this interception, beautiful toe tap as Rippon was throwing it away, and then took this one back for a pick six.
He's done a really nice job in coming back, and that's not easy to do, and that's why you always hear that, hey, these corners, they got to have short memories, and they've got to be able to bounce back after they give up a big play, and he's done that. He's had the highs and the lows here tonight.
Here's a good play made in the backfield. The Jets defense has awakened.
They have awoken, and it's interesting because if you're Pat Shurmur and you're thinking, okay, how do I settle my quarterback down? Some bad things have happened here on the last few possessions, and you know, you tried to come out here like he did to open up this game and get the running game going a little bit and seeing if maybe they can't have success on the ground, take a little bit of the heat off of Rippon, and instead they lose 3 yards.
Second down and 13. Here's Patrick trying to make a move. Hewitt stood him up. A gain of 8. Third down coming up.
Well, we talked about they have gotten to Rippon. They haven't sacked him, but as we saw in the last interception, a direct result of the pressure from Steve McClendon in the middle. You know, can they do that? Does Greg Williams need to dial up some kind of pressure? But right now, you can imagine that that Brett Rippon is sitting here thinking, all right, just be smart with the football. Don't force anything. You know, make sure you get a clean look where you're turning the ball loose.
And Rippon goes down. There's a first sack. A flag comes in at the end. If it stands, that's the play Greg Williams and the Jets have been waiting for. Broncos indicate it's against the Jets.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 93. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And that's against Basham. For the Jets, that is 5 personal fouls in this game.
Such a great job inside, winning on the rush, and just gets inside the helmet there, and
it was on 95.
Yeah, it was Quinnen Williams is the guy. He beats Reisner right inside. I mean, immediately off the ball. Does a great job. He just finished inside the helmet.
Here is Gordon after that deflating play. They called the wrong number. It was against Quinnen Williams, a gain of 2 here.
Watch what he does to Reisner, the left guard. I mean, he just gets right past him immediately. Such a great job on his part, and just as he's reaching, he gets, unfortunately for him, gets inside the helmet, keeps this drive alive for the Broncos. Tell you, they better put 3 guys on him now. He's right in the middle. There he is.
Rippon waits, airs it out. He's got a man and overthrows Deshaun Hamilton. That play was there. I don't know why Hamilton didn't stick his arms out.
It was almost like he didn't see the ball, Joe. When it was in flight, I thought it was money. I couldn't, you know, I I guess he did see it, but when I'm watching it, initially it looked like he had a hard time picking up the football. Meanwhile, Rippon, he takes a shot at the end of this play. He hangs in there. I mean, he sees it. It's a good call by Pat Shurmur, too. Giving him a chance for the big play, the home run shot, and they had it.
Now it's 3rd down and 8. Extra men on the rush. Rippon throws. He's got Patrick. Another grab. Tim Patrick is having a night. He's got a touchdown to the ball game and gets 31 here, and the Broncos are in business.
Well, the Jets, they went with a 2-deep shell look, and so you've got a 2-on-1 ISO on this safety right back here. And he kind of hangs enough. He actually could have gone either way. He could have taken the seam inside, or he comes outside to Tim Patrick, and just a perfect throw. They were in a 2-man coverage, and that's exactly what you do. You take one of those 2 guys, you work opposite the safety. Patrick, he was in behind him.
Made a nice catch, got both feet down as he spun his way out of bounds. Here is Gordon. He can't get back to the line of scrimmage. Lamar Jackson got through.
Let's watch Patrick off the line. I mean, it's just a foot race. This guy can run. And Jackson, he just lets him go. It looked like they were man coverage elsewhere. But that's a great job. He's getting his opportunity. He came on at the end of last year and did a really nice job once Emmanuel Sanders left. And now he's getting his opportunity because of Sutton going down. He's done some good things.
Yeah, career high 113 yards receiving in the game. Again, the Broncos do not have Noah Fant, their tight end. Here's a drop by Gordon as Rippon put it right on him.
Yeah, he did, and it was not a bad route. It could have been better, but if he's a little sharper on that route, or if he just catches this one, he's got a nice gain. But it opened up. I mean, watch the middle of the field. He could have been a little sharper on that route, just a little crisper getting to the middle, but that was a nice play, even if he catches it. If he runs a little bit of a better route and catches it, it's a big play.
It would be a 43-yard field goal attempt by McManus from here. It's 3rd and 13.
Yeah, and Rippon, he has to know he just cannot take a sack.
And he throws it away.
He's looking for
There's no receiver in that area. And the officials will get together. Pressure by Huff and Franklin Myers. And they're going to throw a flag for grounding.
Yeah, and that's a sack. You know, it is the right call. He's in the pocket.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 4. Spotted the foul. Lost it down. 4th down.
And we'll see where they're going to put the ball down. So in essence, you get the sack. They put it at the 35-yard line. A loss of 10 yards.
Wow.
And this becomes a 53-yard try instead for the lead. McManus nails it. 3 for 3 in this ball game. From 53, 54, and 40, and now the Broncos are back on top by 2.
Tell you, when you got a kicker who's kicking like he is tonight, that's pretty good. Take the intentional grounding, back him up 53 yards. He just got ice water running through his veins. He just drills it.
I mean, look. That was from 53. That thing went through way up those uprights.
Not so sure he couldn't make it from 70 tonight.
.308 to go, and now it's back on Darnold and the Jets. Would be charged up after that as Malone takes a knee. Tomorrow night on NFL Total Access, MJ Acosta-Ruiz and the crew look ahead to the rest of Week 4. It's going to be a fun Week 4. Showed you some of the games. Break down the latest news from around the league. NFL Total Access tomorrow at 7 live on NFL Network. Quarterback numbers: 2 touchdowns for Rippon, 3 picks. The touchdowns are picks for Darnold. As he gets that low snap, steps up, takes off. Josie Jewell was looking for a flag for a hold, doesn't get it, and Darnold turns that into an 8-yard gain.
Well, it's nice when you got a quarterback who can create some plays with his legs, because the Broncos, you know, that's the maddening part for a defense. They covered everybody up pretty well. There was nothing down the field, and yet he still gets 8 yards on the play.
2nd down and 2. This one's broken up. Dangerous throw as Hogan was covered by Bosby, and Bosby closed on that well.
He sure did. He got a great break. He reads the route. He's reading Hogan. You know, a lot of times these corners get a break on the ball like that because they're cluing through to the quarterback. And as soon as he pulls up, then they drive. This time, though, Bosby, he's just staring at Hogan, and he just reads his route. As soon as he plants that foot and goes to break to the slant, he was on it. And any ball that had been even further out in front, it was an interception.
Big 3rd down. Extra man on a blitz. Pass is caught. Crowder, there he is. 82 for the Jets. A gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Well, the Broncos, they're trying to get home, and he hangs in the pocket. A good route by Crowder inside, and, you know, those type receivers are awfully friendly when you know that they have the quickness, and you always see the middle open up like that, and you just have the confidence that he's going to be able to win on the route the way that he does.
8th 100-yard game in the very good career of Jamison Crowder. 4-man rush. Darnold hangs in. Pass is dropped. And so far, the big tight end, Chris Herndon, has not been a factor at all.
Yeah, that one kind of hurt because Darnold, you know, he does a good job navigating a little pressure back in his face and gets back to Herndon, where initially he was going with the football, he was covered, but yeah, you know, instead of looking at 2nd and short, now it's 2nd and 10.
3 targets for Herndon, 1 catch, 11 yards. 180. Darnold throws, pass caught. Ballage out of bounds with a 7-yard pickup. 2:09 to go. Jets all 3 timeouts. Broncos have 2. Another 3rd down. The green line is the outer edge of field goal range for Ficken. Blitz coming. Jets pick it up. Pass is nearly picked as Bosby flashed in front of Jeff Smith.
I'll tell you, Bosby has gotten a couple good breaks now. And he's expecting, because there's pressure, he knows they've got a blitz called, so he's expecting the ball to come out quick. So he's sitting on the route as it is, and that's one that, you know, he should have caught. They're trying to get it out to Jeff Smith, but yeah, that's a dangerous throw by Darnold, and that's one that if they don't win this game, Bosby's gonna have a hard time forgetting that one.
Well, now it's 4th down, and Darnold is sacked. Brought down by Chubb. He gets another here tonight. And the Denver Broncos, with 2 minutes left and a 2-point lead, will take over in Jets territory as the defense for Vic Fangio makes a play as the Broncos look for win number 1. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. On to slide 230.
future awaits us.
This place is dangerous.
The flight attendant, she knows one and she's saying.
The engineering behind this was just nuts.
Prime Day is back on October 13th and 14th. Save big on things for you, for each other, and everything you need to start your holiday shopping early. Prime Day, October 13th and 14th.
The pan, the myth, the legend, the comfort food that started it all. The original pan from Pizza Hut for just $10.99. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
There's a name for the experience that brings you this close to the action.
Yeah, the spinny can.
Actually, it's called True View, a new perspective on football.
Are you sure it's not the spinny can?
Yes, I'm sure.
Hey, Dad, what if I sleep hot?
And I sleep cold.
No problem. The new Sleep Number 360 smart bed is temperature balancing, so couples can sleep better together. And it senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you comfortable all night. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep from $9.99.
I do my dance, jump in the dance, numb in the man, slash, not good, honey yard, dash, yeah.
Sunshine, welcome to Good Morning Football.
You ready, Kay? Me, Kay, Peter, and Kyle. Together, they're here for football.
Let's get it going, baby.
Good Morning Football, tomorrow at 7 on NFL Network.
Well, it's a 30-28 ball game, 2 minutes left. Now the Jets have all three of their timeouts. So we'll see how the Broncos and Pat Shurmur want to call this with the young quarterback. High formation with Gordon, who has to bounce, and now this is the play they need. Gordon is going to get toward the end zone and in. He got a great block from Brett Rippon, the quarterback, and after bouncing it, Melvin Gordon has basically ended this ball game. 43-yard carry by Gordon, and that is the knockout blow.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, they do a great job inside. He has nowhere to run. It's all right there in the scrum, and then he bounces out and takes it the distance.
There's a block by Rippon.
Yes.
Got him into the end zone. And then he just threw Lamar Jackson out of the way and took it in from 43 yards out. And this is back to an 9-point game. And wow.
You go back now to that fourth down play by Sam Darnold. He was looking for Jamison Crowder. I mean, that was his guy. That's they were in man coverage. That's who I'd be looking for as well. But Callahan actually does a good job on him right there. I mean, that's what Darnold sees is Callahan driving on him, so he gets off of him. And then as Darnold starts to scramble out because there's room in that man coverage, then, you know, here comes Bradley Chubb and makes the big play. So just an excellent job defensively by the Denver Broncos on that possession. And it, you know, with 3 timeouts, it still looked like, okay, the Jets, hey, if they can make a stop, they still get another shot at this thing. And then on first down, they bottle him up, and out he goes. And how about the young quarterback out there making pretty nice effort on the block to get Gordon into the end zone.
2-possession ball game. And I know there were mistakes, but Rippon and this entire Denver Broncos team on the road, all these injuries to key personnel. And it looks like Brett Rippon will become the 8th different Denver quarterback to win a start since Peyton Manning retired at the end of the championship in 2015. There were mistakes, but for the most part, he played really well.
I thought so too, Joe. There was that sequence there where some poor decisions, like you said. I think I can say this, even though I don't know Brett Rippon at all, other than a brief conversation with him. They've got the weekend off.
Here's Darnold. He's going to get sacked by Jewell.
Got the weekend off, but I can imagine that what he's going to, and this is what happens. I mean, for the great competitors, you don't think about all the good things that you did. You think about, those poor decisions and some of the negative plays, and I just hope he's not too hard on himself for those plays, because I thought overall he did a nice job in his first NFL start.
Here's Darnold taking it up the middle, and now timeout taken by the Jets. How about our Thursday night game next week? And we'll be on Fox. And the matchup of Tom Brady, now a Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Throwing 3 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter to get that win last week as he takes over next week on Fox on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. And we saw Tom Brady and the Bucs in Week 1, their loss against the Saints. They've won 2 since. I'm looking forward to seeing what the Bears do. I mean, now Matt Nagy has his trigger man. I mean, a guy who knows this offense, was with him going all the way back to Philadelphia, and he knows it as well as that coaching staff, and he played awfully well, and he opened the playbook up now for Nagy.
3rd down and 4, and Darnold just has to throw it away. Showed you those 2 faces, and that's that Super Bowl rematch when those 2 quarterbacks were with different franchises. Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles got the better of Tom Brady and the New England Patriots that night.
Talk about injuries. The Bears, they lose Tariq Cohen. A really dynamic player, and just too many of these guys. It is part of the game, but man.
It's 4th down and 4 here. 9-point game. Jets at their own 31. Darnold throws too high, incomplete, and the Broncos will take over. They will go to 1-3. The Jets will go to 0-4, and all of that heat that's been on Adam Gase and Sam Darnold will be turned up even more. The Jets' upcoming schedule, and the question is, as they'll go to 0-4, where will a win or 2 or 3 come? Cardinals, Chargers, Bills, Chiefs, Patriots. Not an easy road for Adam Gase. We'll see what the week brings for the second-year head coach here with the Jets.
A lot of things can happen, but it doesn't look like the win will come in that stretch of games. This is a depleted team in every way.
The Denver Broncos will be at the Patriots next. And then they are home against the Dolphins, at home against Kansas City. They have a bye week. And then at Atlanta. And Vic Fangio got his team ready to go. Handed the reins to Brett Rippon. And the first quarterback to win in his first NFL start with 3 interceptions since Jim Druckenmiller of the 49ers in '97.
That's going back. I hadn't heard his name in a while.
Under a minute to go, and the Jets are calling their final timeout to make this last even longer. You bring in Adam Gase, you think he's going to be the right guy for Sam Darnold, and we talked about it earlier in the ballgame. That's one piece of the puzzle, but who does he have around him? And does he have the playmakers? Does he have the weapons necessary to win? He finished the year last year with the Jets winning 6 of their final 8, but they're about to go to 0-4. After just suffering their second straight 0-3 start for the second time in franchise history since 80 and 81.
Well, when teams are losing, the quarterback and the head coach, those are the guys that are in the firing line, and you know it happens. And I know that it's been a tough stretch, and there's a lot of people calling for Adam Gase to lose his job. And as I said earlier, I'm not an Adam Gase apologist. I think he's certainly a good offensive football coach, and he has shown that at various times. I know Peyton Manning went to the mat for him and thought that he'd be a great fit for Sam Darnold. It hasn't worked out, but there's a lot of reasons for that, and we'll see what his future might be. But it's tough to play quarterback. It's tough to be a head coach in this league when you've got as many injuries and so many inexperienced guys that you're dependent on to go out and execute a game plan.
And draft pick misses.
Yeah, and that too.
And free agent misses. And letting Robbie Anderson go. And I'm not saying he's off to a good start, and they miss him. And he was a guy that Sam Darnold really liked to throw to, and they let him walk away. 4th down and 18. And timeout is taken here by Fangio and the Broncos. Robbie Anderson, by the way, 6th in the NFL right now with 278 receiving yards. The guy who was brought in, Brashad Perryman, former first-round pick back in 2015 with the Ravens on his 4th team in 3+ seasons. They hope to get him back next week. Got an ankle injury. He's got 5 catches, 29 yards. That's it. Hurt in week 2.
Yeah, that's kind of been the story for him. You know, came into this league, as you said, with the Ravens, and a lot of talent. Guy can do a lot of good things, but it just hasn't materialized for him. He's had a hard time staying on the field.
It's 4th down and 18, unless they're going to take a shot at it or turn it over on downs. This will be a free play, and that just gets Rippon hit as the Jets came across early, and why not another penalty flag?
Why not?
And Rippon says, thanks, guys.
Yeah, this is fun. They're going to, you know, when there's 5 or 6.
Outside, defense, number 52. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
But Uncle Mark is saying, hey, just take a knee or give it to the Jets and say, here, have it.
I have an Uncle Mark. Every time you say Uncle Mark, I think you're talking about my uncle.
Now, that's funny, because I have a cousin, Mark.
Really?
Yeah, I do. It's crazy.
Yeah, that was that deal where he's going to drop back and then just throw it way up in the air and the clock's going to run out. The problem was there was too much time. There's still too much time with 8 seconds.
You couldn't throw it in the air for 8 seconds?
He couldn't run all the way back to his goal line.
There you go. Oh, he gets just smoked again, and they're going to throw another flag. This time it's McClendon. And this is going to be another personal foul against this Jets defense. That is 6 personal fouls against this defense for that helmet-to-helmet and high hit.
Yeah, and it wasn't anything. He's not trying to hurt him by any means. I told you he wasn't going to be able to throw the ball far enough for all the time to run out, but at least now he can just take a knee.
Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
He should just be looking over at Jeff Driscoll saying, here, you do this.
Yeah, well, he's getting blown up on these, thanks, Uncle Vic, for calling those. But McClendon's the guy who got called with inside the helmet, which kept the drive alive when the Jets, had a chance.
Now it's 1st down. They can run the clock out. Remember, Adam Gase was calling timeouts with nothing really to gain except this slop at the end of the game.
Yeah, Thursday night slop. Well, now he can take a knee.
Yeah.
I'm sure that. I don't know. Vic's trying to get his Quarterback killed throwing the ball out down the field to run down the clock. It started with 13 seconds. I mean, you'd have to have an arm like Josh Allen.
And that's interesting. Vic I think there's some bad blood here, obviously. Vic saying just go to the locker room. Some players hang around, some shake hands, give hugs. I think Vic's hot. And Adam Gase and the Jets and Sam Darnold are 0-4. Denver Broncos are 1-3. They get a road win behind Brett Rippon and a good defensive effort late. Thanks for watching Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum, the Mercedes-Benz postgame show coming up.
Prime Day is back on October 13th and 14th. Save big on things for you, for each other, and everything you need to start your holiday shopping early. Prime Day, October 13th and 14th.
We live in uncertain times. However, there is one thing you can be certain of. The men and women of the United States Postal Service. We are here to deliver your cards, packages.
Good game.
Every day.